Drag racing is like a drug. It's addictive, expensive, and you're constantly chasing a bigger and better hit. What started off as a clean, stock, nice car to drive has constantly evolved into the RH9 member you see before you.
Hi, I'm Paul from Newcastle, and this is our R32 GTR. As soon as we saw it, Stace just, gave it the nod and said, hey, this is the one for us, we'll take it. And it was actually purchased on our first wedding anniversary, so we'll look at it as a bit of a first anniversary present, I suppose. The setup when Stacey first raced the car was pretty much a basic street setup with a set of 2530s, some camshafts. It was an engine with forged pistons that we built ourselves. It was making around, I think from memory, it was making around 320 to 340 odd at the tyres, and she was running low 12s. I think her best on her first day ever of racing was a 12.1. And surprisingly, with credit to her, she could 60 the car at that stage better than probably most blokes could, including myself. Well, the nickname Twoogle, a good mate of mine, Matty Moore, came out after a race meeting and he looked at the car and he said to me, what does Twoogle mean? And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, your number plate, it reads Twoogle. And I said, no, it doesn't. It reads 2.06L, which is 2.6 litre. And he said, oh, nah. He said, I think I'll just keep calling it Twoogle. So him and his girlfriend started calling it Twoogle, and then sort of it grew as a nickname, and now pretty much everyone in Australia knows this car as Twoogle. After Stacey won the Drag Combat Series, she threw the keys to me and said, righto, your turn to have a go.
The car looked fairly standard for quite a while, but after breaking into the 9s, Paul decided the car needed a bit of a makeover to give it the looks to match. He took it to the JDM master, Peter from Bodyform, who made up a custom lip, side skirts and top secret style rear diffuser. Carbon aero mirrors and bonnet lip along with the black R34 GTR rims and Bodyform graphics make the GTR look tough, clean and purposeful. Those rims are switched to standard items wrapped in Mickey Thompson ET strips for the track. The interior trims needed to comply with the class rules remain, but everything else is stripped. The Androspec cage, bride seat and harness keep Paul safe, while the gauges and electronics keep him informed.
The engine build and all that was taken care of in-house by us. Yeah, all the mechanical side of it, the building of the engine, a lot of the selection of parts, and that was researched and done by us.
When Paul decided to take Twoogle to the next level, he had one goal in mind: to be the fastest and most powerful low-mount turbo-equipped GTR. When the words GTR and most powerful go together, one workshop is at the top of the list: Croydon Racing Developments.
Well, when Jim was tuning the car, every now and then he'd hear little noises in the engine and things like that, and he'd look at me and he'd say, how well have you screwed this thing together, mate? How much further can we lean on this thing? And he suggested that this time if we do build the engine, that he oversee it. We sort of did a bit of a deal with him, and he oversaw the assembly of the engine and all the head modifications and that sort of thing, so that when he was leaning on the car on the dyno, he knew exactly how the thing was put together and he knew how hard he could push it. The option with the low mount twins is we can circuit race this car, we can just put some big brakes on it, we can do a lot more with the car, it's a lot more streetable, it's not as in your face as coming on boost as the big singles are, and because Stacey drives the car, that's another reason why we've gone that way.
The engine was built like any other one of Croydon's record-breaking GTRs. Tough. The block was prepped using many CRD secrets, and the head was heavily ported before being filled with Jun internals. A performance Metalcraft sump and Jun oil pump take care of the RB26's Achilles heel. The turbos are HKS GTRS items that have been slightly modified. The HKS filters, manifolds, dump pipes and wastegates make sure they work their best. A truss drag intercooler and hypertuned plenum and 100mm throttle body are big power items. The fuel system is also top-notch, with two Bosch 044s drawing from a custom surge tank enclosed in a Perspex box. Up front is a truss twin-entry rail with Blitz 1000cc injectors and a Sarge fuel rig. There's a single fogger NOS kit plumbed in, but it hasn't been used yet. There's no need. The extra fuel is matched by the split-fire coil packs and HKS igniter for more spark. And the extra heat is matched by a trussed oil cooler, top-secret radiator and hyper-tune header tank. The legendary Power FC controls the engine and was tuned by GTR guru Jim at CRD. The car has seen over 450 kilowatts on pump fuel and 502 kilowatts on race fuel. The day we were there, consistent runs over 480 kilowatts weren't a problem. Whoever said low mounts can't make power?
Because of where down low all the torque is, it's not like a big single where it's making peaky torque. The torque, once it hits maximum torque, holds on all the way to red line. So yeah, it's a very exciting car to drive on the road. Well, the car made 502 kilowatts at Auto Salon a couple of weeks ago on the dyno. Now, that tune unchanged, we took that to the track on the weekend, and it ran a new PV of 995 at 139.6 mile an hour, which is a new world record for the class for the low mount GTR.
Power is all well and good, but you've got to be able to use it. A mega tough NPC twin plate clutch teams up with an OS Geek and gear set and a Cusco one-way front LSD to get the power to the ground. HKS coilovers are circuit spec but work just fine. There's a host of Nismo, JIC and Teen suspension arms, along with Nolafane bushes and Cusco strut braces. The brakes are standard, but there is a line lock kit for burnouts.
After we modify it and we put a bigger wastegate on it, it'll probably run, we hope to run it around in the 9.6 mark. With a bit of gas, it could even go quicker. But after that, I think it's time to just keep the wallet in the back pocket and just enjoy the